Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past Fighter Sword Challenge, or whatever I called it on YouTube, I guess. I kind of forgot. Because I didn't realize I kind of forgot that YouTube has a 100 character limit in the title, so yeah, the title isn't, Fighter Sword playthrough, I don't think. And also my internet just unplugged, very cool. Kind of does that sometimes. I don't know why exactly, because the thing is well plugged in, I think, so yeah, no idea. Which doesn't matter, thankfully, because Link to the Past does not have online features, I don't think, so yeah, we're fine. Anyway, last episode I did the Palace of Darkness, so now I have the very powerful hammer, which, yeah, it is very powerful. It just doesn't really have a good hitbox in this game. Yeah, I also did some other stuff, I think, but yeah, that was the main thing. Yeah, this guy is very tanky. He does die to bombs in one hit, but bombs are really not that effective against him, especially because they don't... He's not like a Dodongo where he's just going to eat up the bombs, so yeah, you kind of have to throw it at him at the right time or be lucky when you plan it, but yeah. Anyway, now that we have the hammer, we can pretty much go almost anywhere in the Dark World. Because yeah, this was the main thing that was stopping us from accessing the other warp points, but now we can access pretty much any of them that we want. Now I could go and fight and do the second dungeon for right away, do the proper order. Usually I prefer going straight to Dungeon 4 and then getting getting Titan's Mint, because then you can actually go literally anywhere. But it's been a while, so I'm gonna do Dungeon 2 right away this time. Why not? We are going to have to warp for this. Now this is really the only puzzle that is like this in this game, but yeah, the Dark World is, an actual counterpart to the main world, obviously. But it means doing stuff like this, where you drain the, you unblock the water blockage here. Then if you go into the Dark World, it's also affected, and hey, we can actually progress here in the dungeon, because otherwise there's no water, and then you only get you only get access to this, and Saraswala is basically yeah. Objects exist simultaneously in both worlds with similar shapes. If the form of a thing changes, it will affect the shape of its twin in the other world. Which is kind of weird, because you think this is the golden, golden land, pretty much, it's basically the sacred realm. The Twirling is just, corrupted because Ganon's a bad guy. Also doesn't really, get affected if you, bomb walls, so, yeah, this is really the only time that it's actually, happens actively. I mean, you get some similar stuff, Blind Side Out has the same, appearance and even the same tile set in both worlds, and you get the ice, the ice cave near the Ice Palace in the Dark World, so yeah, there's some, correlation, but this is the only, time you actively use it for, solve a puzzle. Which is not too bad, because it would probably get really annoying very quickly. And we get the map right here. One message me on Steam, you're gonna have to wait. Because I am recording. Also, the audio might glitch, because, yeah, my fucking fan is giving up again, so yeah, I'm really gonna have to get that replaced really soon. Hopefully tomorrow, if I'm able to. Though hopefully by the time I'm actually uploading this, that's done. And today is the 22nd of January, so yeah. I'm gonna be uploading this in what, a month? Because yeah, I'm kind of lazy with uploading nowadays, because I don't really care that much, so yeah. Oh yeah, we're just gonna Activate the water, which takes a very long time. And yeah, I'm not really talking about this dungeon because, like I said, it's a very cool dungeon. And honestly, for Link to the Past, it's probably the one with like the most amount of like interesting puzzles, but on revisit playthroughs, it's just like really boring. I mean, this room would look really cool in the 3D remake. But yeah, it's usually like not a very it's probably the dungeon I'm looking forward to the least when I'm replaying it, because it's not really like interesting to replay, because it's just like the same thing, and the puzzles are really kind of annoying to replay. So yeah, interestingly, these fish guys just die in one hit from the fighter sword. I think they're probably one of the few Dark World enemies that do that, so I wonder if they were meant for like the Light World or not. So yeah, here we have the south section. That's yeah, you get the chest down there. I never come here because the chest is literally just the fucking compass. So yeah, I never come here, though I suppose you could probably use it for exploration glitch because it has like higher ledges, though pretty much the whole dungeon has ledges, so maybe not. Yeah, I can point the evil master here. I'm just showing off this room because, normally I would never go here, but hey, just for the sake of it this time, so I can show everything, why not? The little funny statues here. Also, we're gonna have to go over here. Oh, I know we need to. Oh yeah, this is the annoying part. So we need to go over here. Now let's see. We have some blue switch blocks. Now we need to go over here, get the key. Also, this dungeon just has like repeated rooms on both sides, so yeah, it's not even. So yeah, that probably doesn't help, because yeah, the rooms just are the same on both sides. So yeah, it's not really interesting to traverse both times. Alright, so now we get, this, so we're just gonna... Then we activate the water. However, because this game was made by fucking clowns, you'll see this chest over here. That is just we need, but we need to get the switches back to red. So yeah, we kind of just have to go all the way around. Because yeah, if you go down, then you're just gonna, like, not be able to get to that chest. And then you just kind of have to, like, redo the whole thing. Is just very annoying. So yeah, this dungeon just has, like... Yeah, that's just a very bad design, I would say. But hey, what can you do? It is still very... Like I said, this is very interesting. Like, on the first playthrough, yeah, this dungeon is, like, very cool. But in the end, repeats, it's just annoying. Because yeah, you kind of like know already, so it's just like padding, really. Ah yeah, there's no entrance there. As you'll see later, some of these waterfalls you can actually go through. In fact, you need to go through one to get to the end of the dungeon. And I will get the first floor room. So yeah, this dungeon only has like 2 rooms on the first floor. Most of it is just like on B1 and a little bit of B2. Ow. Hey, I blocked that. I didn't block that. Yeah, can I get some hearts, please? Thank you. Though I think I'll be fine. I have like 3 fairies. So yeah, I'll be fine. We don't want to go on the other side because there's just like, I think it's like a red rupee or 50 rupees, but I mean we almost have max and we don't need more rupees really. So we get a unique, well, not floor, but like whole underside texture. Very neat. Also, yeah, you can just break the skulls with the hammer. Pretty cool. I didn't know that. I mean, I've known that for longer than some other like obscure facts, but yeah, I didn't know that for a while. Because I thought it was just like a feature from like Return of the Medallion, but no, it's in the original game too. Oh boy. And now that we have the big key, we can go get the big chest, of course. Oh yeah, those things only have a hitbox at like the front of them, so yeah, you can pretty much stand on your tail and not take damage. So yeah, not as threatening as you would think. Boing! This is the Hookshot. It extends and contracts and boing! It can grapple many things. Very funny introduction text. I don't like where the Hookshot is on the menu, and you'll see why very soon for the boss fight. And that's why, like, in my Zelda Classic quests, I always put the Hookshot next to the hammer, because it just feels natural for them to be, like, next to each other, because you get them, like, you know, very close to each other, and they're usually like other, you know, progression stuff you'll need frequently in the overworlds and in dungeons, so yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have to open this up. Oh, rare electrocution death. But we have a fairy, so who cares? If anything, this just means we don't have to listen to that fucking beep noise anymore. Here we go. So it's going to open each other over here, but it's also going to open one over here. Now, one thing that's annoying, if you come to this dungeon with the Cane of Samaria and you like try to place the block down on the block over there, on the left, it'll work, but as soon as it like goes off screen, it just fucking like despawns, so it's useless. So yeah, you have to push the goddamn statue, which is annoying. Anyway, we get the cool little drain pipe over here. Pretty cool. Also, yeah, those guys die in one hit from the Hookshot. They're really weird enemies because they're immune to a bunch of like weird stuff too. Well, 1 rupee off the maximum, but yeah, those like weird like, well, not swimming with like water skidding like enemies. They're just weird. They were really a pain when I tried to like no-hit the game. Well, I mean, I didn't really, I don't think, but I did get pretty far. But yeah, I didn't like reset every time like I got hit or anything like Game Champ would do. But yeah. Oh, those guys too. Then all right, interesting. And yeah, you might be saying, oh, where do we need to go? Just through here. So I guess this is supposed to be a hint that you can see like through the walls. Nice use of the scrolling mechanics to make a, you know, a little puzzle here. Oh, do they die in... Oh yeah, oh they do, alright. I didn't know that. Yeah, this room was like painful because when I came here I didn't have like the proper medallions for this, so... Hold on, let me just... The Aether will kill them, but a quick medallion won't. So, yeah. Also, yeah, the water there actually pushes you back, and it's very annoying. Are there any goodies in here? I don't remember. Oh, and also because of their movement, if they wait for you at like the, you know, like ladders, you literally cannot avoid getting hit. So yeah, that's very annoying. You know, yeah, Hammer Hitbox is not too bad. It's probably about as big as the like fighter sword. It's a lot better in Zelda Classic though, because then it's exactly the same as the sword, so it's like much more like usable as like a sword replacement. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that here, because for example, like in Roll World Adventure 3, like for a lot of the run, I just, you know, abuse the hammer pretty much. But yeah, here's not gonna be possible. Anyway, we're gonna take out the Hookshot because it's time for Argus. Now here's the thing. You can't actually stab the little like puffy like popcorn balls or whatever with the fighter sword. We could probably do it with a spin attack, but that wouldn't be very, you know, effective. So yeah, we're just gonna do it with the hammers, which means we're gonna be doing a lot of menuing. Anyway, this boss honestly reminds me a lot of Patra. I mean, you know, one eye, like, surrounded by stuff, and it, like, expands and contracts, you know, the things. So yeah, it's pretty similar concept, just with a little bit more of a unique gimmick. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure this is the first, like, mainline, like, Zelda boss, or I guess Zelda boss in general, because there weren't, like, spin-offs by then, but this is the first Zelda boss that you absolutely need the... Oh, I know, Elmo's Arcane also requires the dungeon item, but yeah, these like Dark World bosses are the first ones where you need the dungeon item, absolutely. Because yeah, in the Light World, yeah, the Emerald Knights are weak to the bow and arrow, but you don't need it to kill them. Alright, this is almost over. So it can be a little annoying to hit the things when he's only got one and they're like in his forehead, but alright, here we go. It's just gonna jump up and go nuts, but we won't let him. Also, yeah, it doesn't even damage you properly half the time, so... Oh yeah, that hit me, sure. What the heck? What hell is with that hitbox? Yeah, like, I was literally under it, but then if you go up, it just, like, fucking hits you there. Whatever. Well, good thing I brought some fairies. I think you can hit it with the hammer, but spin attacks are just generally easier. And yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of health. So hey, here we go. Alright, second Dark World dungeon done. Pretty easy, didn't really talk much about the dungeon, but I mean, there wasn't much to talk about. Beautiful 3D models. Yeah, the maidens all look the same, but with like weird green hair and skin. I don't know why, because like on an actual Super Nintendo they look fine, but here I don't know why they just look weird. Anyway. Linky, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. The Triverse will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. That is why it was hidden in the Golden Land. Only a select few knew of its location. But at some point the knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf, the evil thief. First mention of the Ganondorf ever, by the way. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the Light World. Well, remember that you have magical powers, which only the hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points like the one you saw on Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the two worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You're the only one who can destroy Ganondorf, the thief, no. Ganon, the evil king of darkness. So, when I was a kid, I didn't think she was interrupting her sentence. I thought like she was saying like, thief no, as it was the title. Do you understand? Yes. Yes I do. We don't need to... Yeah. May that way of the hero lead to the Triforce. Ching! Nice! Easy dungeon. Obviously, I mean, it's just the second... I mean, it's the fifth... No, it's like the seventh one, but still. Oh, cool, yeah, just hiding in the grass like a fucking Pokemon over here. Alright, those guys just bomb you. I rarely kill them, because they just, like, fly in weird patterns if you try to hit them, so yeah, I just don't bother. So here's what... Oh, yeah. There's not many, like, points where, you know, like... But yeah, like I said, like, the only puzzle where you need to, like, affect something in the Light World to affect something in the Dark World or vice versa is, like, the second dungeon, but there are a lot of points where you can warp, you know, between the two worlds to access, like, you know, higher up ledges, and this is one of them right here. Just a little simple cave for a piece of heart. Very neat. Yeah, I just walked on the mine, why not? And now that we're here, we can actually take care of the whole Flute debacle. After wandering to this world, I turned into this shape. I enjoyed playing the flute in the original world. There was a small grove where many animals gathered. I want to see that place again. I bring my flute there with some flower seeds. You trying to find it for me? Then I will lend you my shovel. Good luck. And we get a shovel. Not tactical, sadly. Sorry, Mark. So yeah, the shovel in this version of the game, it just disappears once you get the flute, and it's not useful in any way, like aside from fighting it. Because yeah, aside from the digging minigame and fighting the flute, you don't like get drops, but in the GBA version, you can actually keep the flute, the shovel, and I think you can get drops like from just digging everywhere, but yeah, for now it's not very useful, but hey, we can do stuff like this. Hold on. Ah, fuck, damn it. I messed it up. Hold on. Let's go back real quick. That should be good. Oh, it's gonna be a bit small, but whatever. I think that was just overcomplicating things. Alright, let's just do... Here. Drew a cock. Perfect. Alright, we can do the cyclist now. Now, one thing I'm not sure about is that, you know, this guy, you know, like, clearly here, he's just, you know, like, you know, singing on his flute, and then, like, he just warps away. There we go. But yeah, like, he plays his flute, and then he just, like, warps to Dark World, which, first of all, we can do with this flute. I mean, first of all, if we just play it now, it just does nothing. But also, I'm just very, like, confused, because, you know, like, if you warp to the Dark World with the flute, even assuming that that is possible, then, like, how did he hide the flute in the, like, bushes? Because, I mean, it would make sense if you, like, hid them in the Dark World, but no, you find them in the Light World, so... Yeah, it's just weird, really. Also, you know, if we didn't know where to dig, like, you could dig that entire fucking screen before finding it. But yeah, it's very weird. Like, that whole sequence. Also, you might be, you know, wondering, oh, why didn't I talk to the tree guy again? Well, if you go back and talk to the, you know, like, weird, like, I don't know what he is, like, fox guy, I think? Like, whatever animal he is, like, he just turns into a tree and fucking dies. But, as long as you don't talk to him, he will not, so, yeah, we're just gonna go in here. I didn't really interact with these guys. This guy is just pervert that, you know, talks about the where we can get arrows from, pretty much. You know, like... And yeah, this guy also knows who we are. It's like, Link was just out here with his uncle pretty much all the time, I suppose, and this guy just wants us to, you know, get laid. Thanks, Gramps, I guess. This guy just sleeps. Oh, that's my son's flute. Did you mean my son? Where is he? Is he alright? Oh, I see. Well, I can tell what you want to say by the look in your eyes. Would you keep the flute? And will you play its sweet melody for the bird in this village square? I beg of you, please. My son will probably want it this way. But still, I wish I could see him once more. Don't worry, we'll just push him back with the dragon triangles or whatever. But I think that's a little... Anyway, so yeah, we get, you know, this, you know, little set piece, which, fun fact, they actually changed the graphic of the little wheel animation, like, minimally. I'm not sure if it's between the Japanese and American version or the American and Europe version, but yeah, it's slightly different on one of those. Anyway, if we play it in the town square... Birdie! And he goes off. I don't know if they brought this song back for any of Ocarina of Time songs. I think, but I don't remember. Because I haven't really played Ocarina of Time beyond, like, the first dungeon, really. Because I couldn't get past the, like, Hyrule Castle section, so, yeah. Maybe sometime I could do a playthrough. Anyway, whatever that magical bird did, now if we play our flute, we get fast travel, baby! And we can warp pretty much anywhere, because we can warp to Death Mountain, we can warp to the Witch's Hut, which is very useful for buying potions later on. We can warp to Kakariko Village, obviously. We can warp to our house, which is not that useful, considering we, like, can just, like, save and quit to do that. We can also warp next to the Eastern Palace, which does have a warp there, but it's, like, so useless, because by the time you get this, you're gonna have the hammer anyway, so you don't have, like, any business there. But you can also warp to this ledge over here, which we can't really do anything about, because we don't have the proper glove upgrade. We can also warp to the second dungeon, which, I mean, this time you could, like, have a use for it, but in our case, that's not going to be useful. And we can also warp to this place, which is very near the Fountain of Wishing, or whatever, like, its name is. So this one is actually pretty useful, and it's also doubly useful, because, you know, if you notice, we get another suspicious black rock over here, and we'll come back to this later on. Okay, while we're here, we're gonna get some arrow upgrades, because we have more money than we need. Oh yeah, I had already thrown 50. Just gonna make sure we don't press the, like, bomb button on accident. We could probably max out our bombs with how much, like, cash we have. But yeah, I'm just gonna prioritize arrows, because why the hell not? Alright, we'll have great luck. Nice. Now we can get some good item drops, which doesn't matter, because we're just gonna override this again anyway. I think the max is like 70 or 75, I'm not sure. But yeah, we have more than enough to, like, just get all the upgrades, so yeah, I'll just do that. I really wish you could just, like, press A to interact with it, because instead you're just, like, forced to, like, walk around and like an idiot. I'm pretty sure it's like a time-based trigger, so you just need to wait there, but yeah, it's annoying. Also, another fun fact about the GBA version, which I have actually played, it's pretty cool. You can still do a white sword run in there. In fact, I even did one for the Palace of Four Swords, so I never beaten the 4 Light Links. I almost defeated the last one with the Fighter Sword, but yeah, I didn't win. But yeah, if, like, all these, like, the fountains that, like, you know, have a fairy appear and, like, disappear, in the GBA version, the music will not restart, it just continues looping, but yeah, in the SS version, it's, like, restarts. Which I kind of like, honestly, you know. It can be a little annoying, but it's neat, I think. Yeah, give me more arrows. Oh, I think that's the max, I think. If it's not 70, it's 75, I'm pretty sure. Because I know it's not 80, so... Big trouble. I'm gonna throw another 50. A friend of mine might be able to. She lives in the Waterfall of Wishing. Yeah, I already... Ah, damn it. Yeah, that just... Well, didn't waste my rupees, but just wasted my time. Yeah, well, I'll upgrade my bombs while I'm here. Not that I need the bomb upgrades, but hey, we're gonna try for a 100% run. Why not? Unless we have anything better to do. Because I don't really plan on doing, like, a normal playthrough after this, so yeah, I might as well, you know, show off everything this game has to offer. 20 bombs, there we go. I might make a bonus episode for like the Golden Sword and the Tempered Sword, I guess, but it's just gonna be like a 5-minute video of me using them on Ganon. But I will fight Ganon with the Master Sword because it's gonna be like the tougher challenge, obviously, and that's the whole point of this run. So yeah. Alright, come on out. Here she is. More bombs, please. She's honestly a better bomb salesman than the actual bomb salesman. I mean, the bomb salesman has the super bomb, I guess, but other than that, like, I mean, she can actually upgrade her bomb capacity. That guy doesn't have bomb bags or anything. He has no barns, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure the max is 30 or 35, but it's probably 30. This is just a small happiness I can give to you. Makes it sound like you're gonna offer something dirty as a big happiness, I'm just saying. It is nice I can still throw them in so you can get like the luck boost, I guess. Which I guess I'll use, why not? We are going to warp back to Kakariko Village because that's where we have business at the moment. Because now, if we go up here, we can't lift this, but hey, what are those? Hammer pegs. How convenient. And yeah, like whatever the message that shows up on the... I don't remember if I explained this, but yeah, the message that shows up, like Big Trouble or Great Luck, if those messages appear, they will affect like the drops you get. So yeah, it's not just for show, like they actually have a purpose. But yeah, it took like almost like 30 years to discover that. I think it took more than 30 years actually for people to discover it, so yeah, not a pretty well hidden feature, I suppose, but just goes to show like all the mysteries in this game. Anyway, if we destroy this, we get another warp. And I think this will be a great place to end things off on. So, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and as always, see ya!